DJI's Pocket series has always followed a clear philosophy: deliver powerful video tools in a form that feels effortless to use. From the original DJI Pocket to the Pocket 2 and especially the Pocket 3, the lineup has steadily changed how creators approach mobile filmmaking. These cameras have become trusted companions for vloggers, travelers, journalists, and solo creators who need reliable stabilization, strong image quality, and portability without the complexity of traditional camera rigs. With recent Pocket 4 leaks beginning to circulate online, interest has naturally surged once again. However, rather than jumping to conclusions, it's worth carefully examining what has surfaced, what appears credible, and what should be treated with caution as the expected announcement window draws closer. The recent wave of discussion surrounding the DJI Pocket 4 began quietly before accelerating at a surprising pace. The first images appeared on X through a post that was noticeably ambiguous. The user who shared them did not claim certainty, instead presenting the images as unverified material. The device shown looked different from previous Pocket models. The layout appeared altered, the screen placement didn't match existing designs, and there were elements that suggested more than a single camera lens. Almost immediately, the images caught attention, not because they were clearly authentic, but because they raised more questions than answers. As often happens with leaks, context quickly disappeared as the images spread. Within hours, they were reposted across multiple accounts, shared in creator groups, and discussed in comment threads. The initial uncertainty attached to the images was largely lost as speculation took over. Once the images reached individuals known for leak verification and hardware analysis, the tone shifted from excitement to scrutiny. Rather than asking what features this device might include, the conversation became focused on a more fundamental issue: whether the images were real at all. Closer analysis of the leaked visuals revealed several inconsistencies that suggested caution. AI-based image detection tools flagged irregularities that are commonly associated with generated or heavily altered images. Certain parts of the gimbal structure appeared slightly misaligned, something that would be unusual for DJI given its precision engineering. Screen reflections did not fully match the surrounding lighting conditions, and the supposed dual-lens module looked unusually symmetrical, as if layered rather than integrated into the body. Background elements were sharp but lacked the subtle depth inconsistencies typical of real-world photography, such as visible ports, seams, or natural wear patterns. None of these details prove the images are fake, but collectively, they raise enough doubt to prevent treating them as definitive evidence. That said, leaked images rarely exist in isolation. While the photos themselves remain questionable, a far more concrete development emerged alongside them. Reports surfaced indicating that DJI's Pocket 4 had appeared in FCC registration records dated to late November 2025. This detail carries significantly more weight than any image leak. FCC approval is a legal requirement for selling electronic devices in the United States, and companies typically submit products for certification shortly before launch. The appearance of the Pocket 4 in these records strongly suggests that DJI is preparing the device for release rather than merely experimenting with concepts. The timing of this FCC registration is particularly notable. DJI has been navigating increasing regulatory pressure in the United States, with potential restrictions expected later in December. Securing approval ahead of these developments would be a strategic move, ensuring that the Pocket 4 can be legally sold and distributed without interruption. For creators based in the US, this registration alone indicates that DJI is committed to continuing the Pocket series despite regulatory uncertainty. It also reinforces the idea that the Pocket 4 is not a distant concept, but an actively prepared product. FCC filings often spark speculation because they can hint at internal changes, even when details are limited. Based on information circulating within the creator and tech communities, the Pocket 4 is expected to continue using a 1-inch class sensor, though possibly with improvements aimed at better low-light performance. This would align with DJI's recent focus on image quality refinement rather than dramatic sensor size increases. Video capabilities are also expected to see incremental upgrades. Discussions suggest recording options beyond standard 4K, with improved frame rate flexibility and potentially higher resolution modes. These would be logical steps forward rather than radical departures from the Pocket 3's capabilities. Stabilization, a defining feature of the Pocket series, is expected to remain gimbal-based. However, improvements are likely on the software side. Smarter subject tracking, better horizon correction, and more responsive stabilization behavior could further enhance real-world usability. Audio is another area where refinement seems likely. Reports point toward additional microphones, improved noise handling, and more seamless integration with DJI's wireless microphone ecosystem. These changes would reflect how creators actually use Pocket cameras, particularly for vlogging and documentary-style shooting. Battery life has also become a major topic of discussion. Early documentation hints at a slightly larger battery compared to the Pocket 3. While the increase may not seem dramatic on paper, even modest gains could translate into noticeably longer recording sessions. For creators who rely on the Pocket series for travel or extended shooting days, improved battery endurance could be one of the most meaningful upgrades. Again, this suggests a focus on practical refinement rather than headline-grabbing features. One rumor detail that continues to resurface is the possibility of a dual-camera system. Multiple sightings and repeated mentions have kept this idea alive, despite the questionable nature of the leaked images. The concept itself is relatively straightforward. One camera could be optimized for wide-angle shots, while the other handles tighter framing or optical zoom. Some reports even suggest that each lens might use a different sensor size, tuned specifically for its intended role. If implemented thoughtfully, this setup would allow creators to switch perspectives without relying on digital cropping, preserving image quality and flexibility. Importantly, this dual-camera approach would not necessarily be a gimmick. For travel vloggers, documentarians, and mobile creators, being able to shift between wide establishing shots and more intimate framing without changing devices could be genuinely useful. The key would be execution. If DJI can integrate such a system without adding complexity or bulk, it would fit well with the Pocket series design philosophy. The goal has always been to simplify creation, not complicate it. Design choices often reveal a company's priorities, and the Pocket 4 appears to emphasize efficiency over spectacle. Some leaked visuals suggested the presence of a rear screen, but ongoing discussions indicate that this may not be a full display. Instead, it could be a compact status panel designed to show essential information such as battery level, storage status, and recording mode. This approach would improve usability while keeping weight and power consumption low. Rather than chasing larger screens, DJI may be prioritizing balance and endurance. Overall body design is also expected to evolve subtly rather than dramatically. A lighter chassis, improved internal layout, and better thermal efficiency could all contribute to longer, uninterrupted recording sessions. These refinements may not be immediately obvious in marketing materials, but they matter greatly in real-world use. The Pocket series has always succeeded by addressing the practical needs of creators, and the Pocket 4 appears to continue that trend. For now, the best approach is patience. As more verified information becomes available, the picture will become clearer. Until then, the DJI Pocket 4 remains one of the most closely watched upcoming creator cameras, not because it promises to reinvent filmmaking, but because it aims to make high-quality video creation simpler, more accessible, and more reliable than ever.